For more than 2 hours, authorities advised students and faculties to stay in the buildings that they were in. Now with the tariff, it could cost about $260. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad, but when you have to fill this entire land with about 15,000, that's when the issue starts. So far, statewide highway patrol says they've been called out to more than 1,000 car crashes until late Tuesday evening when they got another call, this time for flames flying through the sky. And just like you mentioned earlier, this did come in as an active shooter, and for instance like that, you can imagine it's all hands on deck. And I want to show you a little bit of what the water residue left here. You can see water reached almost this high, but the neighbors of this proposed park, the Hospice of Davidson County, they have some of their own concerns. Yeah, the snow is coming down right now. It's picked up here in the last hour or so, but first I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening in Forsyth County. Now later on tonight on Spectrum News, hear from that homeowner who was inside when all of this started. Yeah, Claudine, as you can see behind me, this is still very much an active scene. Fire department and police department are still on scene. Now, earlier this afternoon, we spoke with the granddaughter and her boyfriend who were inside this home when all of this happened. The boyfriend was able to get her and her grandmother out of the home, but he was unable to reach the grandfather.
I was just scared, and my first thing was to get everybody away because I knew he was on oxygen. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. And to see it for the first time today, it kind of startled me a little bit.
Along with the women, he was also able to get 2 of the 3 pets out of the house as well. And Greensboro Fire Department tells us this was around the 80th call that they've handled today alone, and they do expect that number to climb as we get into the evening here. And since a body was found during this fire, it is also turned into a criminal investigation, which is why Greensboro Police Department, are still on scene here. They're both working together on the cause of the fire and what led to this man's death. Reporting in Greensboro, Rilwan Balogun, Spectrum News. Mount Airy is known as the birthplace for Andy Griffith and the inspiration for Mayberry. But now,
drug dealers leave drugs taped up underneath these trash cans.
Reggie Bowman says in the last few years, the city's becoming more known for drugs.
It's infected our city. It's taken our citizens. It's destroying families.
What he saw this week is proof that things have gotten bad.
I found about a dozen discarded right on the street Friday morning in front of my house, and I live right on Main Street.
He found these needles scattered around the road. He then immediately called police and then started thinking about the kids that live nearby.
Maybe they thought they were playing doctor and sticking another child.
His call to police wasn't the first time they'd heard about something like this. So far this year, 21 calls have come into the department about needles.
I don't like it. You know, you're always cautious when you're out and about walking.
Sergeant Inman admits they've heard a lot of calls about it this year and that it's gotten to a point where she thinks parents should talk to their kids about it.
And let them know the harmful risk of those items.
I've watched it affect too many members of my family and my friends.
Because of how close the drug epidemic has gotten to his family is why he's trying to see his town make a change.
Mount Airy is not Mayberry, and they need to get out of that. This is a real place where real problems and drugs have taken this little community over.
In Mount Airy, Rilwan Balogun, Spectrum News. Inside Davie County High School this week, a student walked into one of the bathrooms to find this, what looks like a noose.
This is serious.
This picture quickly spread across the internet and others started talking, including senior PJ Peck, writing on his Facebook, "This is an injustice. This isn't right. These issues shouldn't be swept under the rug."
But the main thing is it shouldn't even been that. You know, we come to Davie County High School to get our education, not to do stupid stuff like this.
The school district says they're taking it very seriously. In a statement, the school's communication director says symbols of hatred and violence have no place in our schools, and we will continue to work diligently to find and address the source. They have been working with Davie County Sheriff's Office, which says there is no threat at the school and that the incident has been, quote, traced back to a student, and it appears that this was a joke. But Peck says this is not something to laugh about.
A noose is not a Halloween prank. I can see it if you put like a pumpkin and some skeletons in there, you know, make it Halloween, but this is serious.
Peck says this is not the first time he's had to deal with racial incidents at school.
I've been called the N-word many times. I've been pushed. It's just it's been a lot.
But through it all, he says he's hopeful.
When you feel uncomfortable, that's a good thing, because when you feel uncomfortable, conversations start.
In Knoxville, Rilwan Balogun, Spectrum News.